Got that going. So we're going to start with a lovely breath snack. This one is the 5.5 breath. We're going to try coherent breathing, and this is a great way to calm the body and mind. It's breathing in for about 5 to 6 seconds. We'll just stick to 5 seconds. It's a little bit easier, and the same on your breath out. And it's the perfect breath. It's got a lot of spiritual background as well, because it's actually a lot of prayers are based on this 5.5 rhythm, and it's a really efficient breathing rhythm. So I'm going to count to 5. You can try and breathe in through your nose and exhale through your nose or your mouth. I want you to just sit up straight, relax your shoulders and belly, close your eyes, maybe place your hands on your lap or one hand on your stomach, one hand on your chest. And we're just going to inhale really softly through the nose. So we're going to breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Just keep your eyes closed. We just did 5 rounds, a little taster. See how you feel. Just try and resume your normal breath. Do you feel a little bit calmer? We try to kick in the parasympathetic nervous system. So we're away from that fight or flight mode. We're just ready, rested for a great workout. We're going to rub our hands together with your eyes closed, generate some heat, and then place those warm hands over your closed eyes. Take a big positive inhale, and then on your exhale, just open the eyes with your hands there, letting a little bit of light in, and then breathe in again. Big smile on your beautiful face. When you're ready, you can release the hands away. So we're going to go through my feel good prescription. That's a great one. While I'm talking, you can just march on the spot. This is all about building in easy movements you can do from anywhere. We can get our steps in from home. I will show you everything seated and standing. Unfortunately, my lovely mother-in-law, it's our Jain festival of Paryushan, so she won't be joining me today. She's actually at the temple, so I will demonstrate everything seated and standing. And you just do what you can. If there's an exercise you can't do, think about one that you enjoy, even if it's just marching on the spot or a little jog, fast feet, or even seated. I want you to just do what feels good for you and know that every single minute counts. We're going to start with actually a little bit of balance work, but also a seated option. It's on page 132 of my book. And balance is really important for reducing our risks of falls, especially as we age, but also for correcting any muscular imbalances. And we're going to try this gate opener snack. It's got that QR code to the videos. And this is an excellent exercise, it says, to target your balance and stability, but it also works the muscles in your thighs, your glutes, your pelvis, your hips, and your core, your stomach muscles too. So I'm going to show you seated first. You can mimic it standing. If you're standing, please make sure you've got support of a wall or something that won't move, because I don't want anyone to fall over. And we're going to really engage our core back, open it out to the side, then bring that foot down, then bring that same knee up and close the gate. This is called like an opening and closing of the gate movement. So I'll show you standing with a little bit of support, making sure we don't fall over. If you can do it without holding, obviously that's the progression, but I'm opening out, bringing that foot down. You can hover or touch. Hovering means you don't touch and you're just balancing all the way through. Let's do 3 on each side, seated or standing. And I want you to try and keep your hips really nice and still and to the front, so you feel the big ball and socket joint. This is your hip mobility as well. Hips can get really tight when we're sitting for long periods, and maybe over time you can increase the amount that you're opening. Really feel that. I can feel that in my hips. I don't know about you. Give me a little thumb up on Zoom or YouTube if you can feel it. Thank you to someone on YouTube who is interacting with us. Whenever you watch this, feel free to interact, add a comment. I've changed sides, so when you're ready, again with a bit of support, we're opening and closing the gate. I'm just going to show you seated again as an option for anyone that can't stand. I've had care homes, people with disabilities, mobility issues, maybe recovering from operations or surgery, doing my workout. So I want to make it accessible to all. We're then going to do, it's actually called my desk sofa snack. So this is when you're sitting at your desk. It's page 157, and there will be the page numbers in the YouTube description as well. So this is a great one. Again, you can get your steps. Haven't got my book and you're waiting. These are rest periods on purpose to give people a chance, or you can add your steps in. So we're going to do this one, and I'm going to run through all the moves. These are simple mobility. So this is our mobility snack. You can do this any time of the day. We've got some lovely neck rolls. So all I'm doing here, and if you don't know my desk reset snack, just a reminder, for all the exercises, I love your posture to be nice and straight. So we go up, back and down, the shape of a desk with your shoulders. That already resets your posture from that curving spine that's so common in technology and sitting too long. So we're nice and straight, and then we can add in those lovely neck circles, rotating your head, just big circles, seated or standing. Again, we're going to aim for about 3 each way. I do this seated. It is a desk or a sofa snack. So even if you can't get up, if you've got anyone that's doing virtual meetings, stuck on their computers, these are easy things that you can do just while you're seated as well. And then we're going to turn it into a nice heart opener with your hands on your shoulders. We're going to start bringing those elbows round into big circles. And this mobility, I've written a whole section about why mobility is so important, but it's keeping those joints nice and supple and lubricated. We've got synovial fluid around the joints that we can really, if you've got joint pain, actually mobility, strength, balance exercises are hopefully going to help alleviate that. Let's change direction and use that breathing. We did lovely deep breathing at the beginning. You can use that with all these exercises. It's going to really open up your heart chakra, this exercise. So you should feel a little bit of love hormone, that oxytocin being released as well. Lovely work. You can march it out while I have a little one. So number 2 here says shoulder and spinal twist. So if you've got a band or just a normal belt will do, but if you've got a band, it adds a bit of resistance. A pair of old tights is what I recommended in the pandemic. These are resistance bands, so we're starting to use our muscles, which is really important. And my shoulder floss actually has its own snack in the book, but if you don't know it, all we're going to try and do is lift your arms up and over, bend them if you need to, keep them straight as a progression. You don't have to go all the way round to begin, because a lot of people I see are really tight. So you might want to just go as far as your body allows, but nice and symmetrical. I recommend doing this in front of the mirror, breathing in as you go one way, breathing out as you come up and over the other side. Beautiful work. Try and increase this over time by maybe holding the band a little bit tighter, your hands closer together so you've got more resistance. Or if it's too difficult, just loosen up. And if you haven't got a band, obviously you could do this seated. You could just add in some nice arm circles, imagining you've got a band. Can you feel that in your big ball and socket joint, in your shoulders? So we're trying that full rotation, because I feel that we're all sitting for such long periods of the day. We're losing that mobility. After about 10, you might feel a little bit of a burning sensation. Has anyone got that yet? You can give me a nod on Zoom. I can see you. YouTube, you can give me a thumbs up. That's the lactic acid just building up around the muscles. A little break. You have two options for the spinal twist. I'm going to show you without the band. If you want, you can place your hands behind your head. Stomach and hips are going to stay nice and forwards. If you've got a band, you could hold it nice and tight in this position, whatever works for you. And all we're going to do is try and rotate. You can do this seated as well, twisting in one direction and back to the middle. You should feel it in your back, maybe your core, your stomach, your abdominal muscles are going to be nice and tight. So breathe out as you twist, inhale as you come to the middle. We get really tight backs, neck pain, I hear a lot of long periods. So these are easy movements you can build into your day. Twist and back. Let's do one or two more in each direction. So you really keep your hips facing the front, your back, your spine is doing that twisting motion. How does that feel? Give it a little shake out, maybe add a few steps in. So we've also got over here the crossbody openers. So this again is using the band and it's literally opening out the arm diagonally in front of your chest. It says extend the band so you feel the resistance and a good stretch. And so I'm going to show you the harder version is to keep your arms in front of you as that intermediate, that rest position. You're going to open out, arms in front. So this is the front raise. It's going to be engaging your muscles, opening the other direction back to that starting point. If you get tired, obviously just drop the arms down, have a little shoulder roll, see how things feel, breathe out as you extend, inhale back. If you haven't got a band or if you're seated, you could just opening out. It's just such a nice opening stretch for the body, especially when we're rounding our backs all the time. That's young to old people, because I even see my children when they're gaming, when they're using their phones, they are always kind of rounding their back. So let's open it out, breathe in and relax. We've now got a lovely bow and arrow. So what we're going to do is, if you don't have a band, you could then use some tin cans, have lots of different weights, as you can see, household objects. But if you know it already, some of my amazing Zoom participants have started. We're going to have arms nice and straight in front of you. Keep the band slack, so nice and loose to start. Keep the elbow at shoulder height. I'm in that bow and arrow position, so I've got that elbow squeezing back and back to the front. So feel like you're a bit of Robin Hood in the woods. But this is a great one because you will probably feel this in your back muscles, in your upper shoulders as well, even in your arms. So we're keeping the other arm nice and straight. You breathe out as you bring that arm back, breathe in as it replaces back. We can rotate, alternate, just enjoy this movement, and we're adding in resistance with the band or the pair of tights, and always try and keep your wrists nice and strong. When we start holding anything in our hands, keep your wrists nice and straight to your forearm. Then we've got the final one of this desk sofa snack. We've got the lat pull down. So this is working your muscles again in your back. seated or standing. We're going to have both arms nice and straight. Relax your shoulders away from your ear. And then one side, the elbow comes down the side, squeezing the back muscles and then replace back to the top. So these are your lats here, your latissimus dorsi. I want you to think about the muscles that we're targeting when we're doing these exercises, because I've written about the science of mind to muscle connection. Again, if you don't have the band, you could be using some tin cans even, and just mimicking this movement. And imagine you're between two panes of glass. So that elbow is coming round and down, and you're squeezing those back muscles, those really hard to reach ones. This is all great for our back health. It's going to help reduce pain. Here, the other one's nice and straight. If you're tired with the band, you could always just do these without body weight. I can still feel it because I'm still working those muscles and thinking about them. Great work. We're going to add in a little bit of HIIT here. So when you're ready, we're going to add in a bit of boxing. You know I love a little bit of boxing. Little bit of a HIIT snack. So a bit of cardio to really keep our cardiovascular health up. We can punch away all our worries, our tension. You can march, jog, even go into a bit of a run if you're able, on the spot with fast feet. We're just going to do about 10 seconds. I don't have mummy today to count down, but if you count down at the same time as you're working, you're going to be using your brain, and we know we try and reduce our risks of things like dementia and Alzheimer's. So the brain nibbles in my book, there's a whole section on brain health. Counting while you're doing something is a great way. So let's carry on. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. How are you feeling? That was probably about 15 to 20 seconds. So it should get your heart rate up. Take a little breathe. We're going to page 150 now, which is your ad break snack. So this is all, you know, quite applicable today when you're watching TV or sitting too long. These are the types of snacks. Rather than reaching out for anything naughty like an ice cream, I used to love popcorn, I still do, but you can add these lovely tastes and they're going to be so good for our health. So the ad break snack on page 150, if you've got my book, which is on offer still on Amazon, so you can get it tomorrow if you haven't got it already. This one starts with marching and boxing, so I must have known that. So we'll come back to them. We're now going to move to our sit and stands. So these are like your squats. If you know what I'm talking about, you can start early. And if you get tired, rest and rejoin. I'm going to show 3 options because for those that can't stand, you can stay seated, you can do leg extensions. So for whatever reason, if you're even stuck in meetings and you can't stand, we're going to work our leg muscles, especially these quadriceps. The fronts of your thighs is going to help really protect your knees and get them nice and strong with the muscles around it getting strong. So you can lift one leg up, you could hold for as long as you want and come back. Level 2 is to have your hands on the chair as support if you need assistance standing up. Knees always go out in the same direction as your toes. My feet are just wider than shoulder width. I can see some of you on Zoom have already started your work, so well done. If you need a break, have a little break. I'm coming up a few inches, slowly coming down, and I can see my toes, so even check that if you're doing your full sit and stands already. My knees are going out in line with my toes. That's level 2 with support. Level 3, which some of you amazing participants are already doing, is standing up and slowly coming down. I want you to slow that movement coming down. You'll read in my book the research on this negative eccentric training, how effective that is, and we want to build muscle to help us reduce our risks of things like type 2 diabetes, because it really helps to control and stabilize your blood sugars. Muscle mass is helping us stay independent as we age. This is mimicking getting out of a chair, sitting and standing, getting off the toilet, coming out of a car. So many movements in our day-to-day. Let's relax there. Some of you have done a lot of sit and stands in that time. So give me a little clap. You probably did quite a few if you started at the beginning. March out again, just maybe roll out the shoulders after all the upper body stuff you just did. Add in a bit of boxing if you fancy it, or rest. So that was just body weight. We're going to do this whole snack and add in some weight as well. The next one is star jumps. So this is my mother-in-law's favorite. She's not here today, but we'll do them in honor. So we're going to either seated or standing. We don't do any jumps in this workout. So that means we're not really pounding any of the joints here, but you can still really get an effective star jump by stepping the legs out, either one at a time or both at the time, or standing. You can go nice fast to make it more challenging. And I want you to give yourselves a big clap. I can see my mum on Zoom, Kumadbensha, Vinu uncle, Andrew, Urmila auntie, Shobna auntie, Anuradha. We've got Rekha and Pravin online as well. Chan Singh, who's amazing. I've been talking about you, 91-year-old joining us every week. Sonal Shah, Purnima Patel, Ashwin uncle. Well done, everyone. We've got 5, 4, everyone on YouTube. Whenever you do this, give yourselves a clap and relax. Woo, how are we feeling? The UK is still quite warm. Breathe. So over time, your fitness and stamina will increase. So there I was, feeling it really, my heart rate was high. I couldn't speak as well. Over time, as you recover quicker, you'll soon be able to tell that you're able to talk and resume that normal pace of talking, showing you that your fitness levels are getting really good. The next exercise is press-ups, actually. So if you know what you're doing with the wall press-up, you can start again. You might be doing more than usual while I go through all the options. So stop and start if you need to. Seated press-ups. So there's a seated version. We want to focus on our upper body strength here. A nice compound move. That's multi-muscle, multi-joint. Hands are on my thighs or the wall. That's where we start with our wall press-ups. And we're going to bend the elbows, coming forwards. Body nice and straight, back straight, core muscles in, push away, breathe out. So even seated, I'm thinking about really working my muscles. I know it looks easy, but if you really focus your mind to muscle, you can actually feel it. It's quite effective. For those that are able to stand, they're doing wall press-ups. So I'm going to demonstrate here. And I have my hands at shoulder height. My whole body is a straight line. So there's no bend at my hips. I'd love your stomach muscles to be engaged, even your pelvic floor. If you've been working it, you can tighten and release. Inhale, exhale. Harder, I can move my feet further away, or I could go to a lower surface. I love doing these when I'm cooking or making a coffee. So when you've got your counter in your kitchen, that's a great way. I can see Andrew has progressed to going lower for a few. So if you're trying your press-ups lower, maybe just do a couple, and then you can always progress in terms of your repetitions. So progressive overload, how we increase our strength training. It's all detailed in my book. Roll out your wrists. When you've done about 10 or 12, I think some of you might have done a few more there today. So well done. Give yourselves a clap. It's how you progress. You either can increase your weight if we're using weights in exercises. You can increase your repetitions, the number of times that you do the press-ups, or you can increase your difficulty. So you could go to a lower surface. We're going to try, it says mountain climbers, but we're going to do some high knees. You can try the mountain climbers against the wall. So we could go into this position against the wall. So plank would normally be on the floor. And then if you're stable enough, you can try and lift a knee up. And I want you to focus on your stomach muscles, your low abdominals, lifting that knee. If you can't do it against the wall, you can also balance. We could add in the arms here. This is the normal version that we do, where we're really doing high knees. We could even do them seated, and then we add in our arms as a bit of coordination. So I've given you an option. I can see some of my Zoom participants trying the wall mountain climber. So it's like a high knee. Just try and keep your form. I'm on my tiptoes here. Just see how that feels on your feet. And if not, please take a nice seat or standing. And you could go nice and fast or slow, but focus on lifting the knee using your stomach muscles. Does that make sense? So really tighten them. We've got a bit of coordination to do today. So if you can get into a nice rhythm, if you're using your arms as well. Well done to Runa and Andrew trying the wall mountain climbers, the new move today. Give it a go, see if you like it. If you don't, there's other options. Relax there. Well done, everyone. Let me know if you like those. So the last exercise is actually in the book, dips off the sofa, which are quite difficult, where we keep with all your body weight. So this is quite an advanced move. The other way to work our muscles here is to do our tricep extension. So I'm tempted to show you both, but I would say for this workout, I would probably grab any type of weight, easy to hold. I'm going to just grab a little milk container here, a plant milk here. So I'm going to bring my arms, hands behind my head. Check your elbows. If they're here, over time we want to try and straighten the body, bring those elbows close to your ears, and then lengthen up. Just lifting the arms, bringing that weight slowly, carefully behind your head. You breathe out, breathe in. You can do this seated, keeping your back straight. Try and keep your elbows in. So obviously, if lots of people end up here, but we want to try and work these triceps. So try and keep them closer to your body. The book has a video for the dips off the chair. So if anyone wants to try that, it's quite an advanced move. Do give that a go. We'll try and go for 5 more reps here. If you're doing these, breathe out, breathe in. Well done to you, those use dumbbells. I often find it easier to hold one dumbbell so it's nice and straight. You're carefully lifting up and over, 2 and 1. Relax there. Quite hard because this even trying to get your elbows nice and far back. This is a nice stretch to do, by the way, if you feel that tomorrow. And if you need to release, just do a few neck circles here. So we're going to go from the top. We're going to do the ad break snack. It's actually just a 3-minute snack in the book, but we're going to do all those exercises again. So we target all the different areas of the workout that I want to do today. So we started with marching and boxing. So when you're ready, we're going to do about 20 seconds. I'm going to grab a few slightly heavier weights. You can increase if you want, but boxing tin cans are the weights to use. If you've got some tins, baked bean tins, lentils, chickpeas, grab them now. Marching on the spot, either seated or standing. I want you to use this as a great stress reliever. My slogan is to exercise for sanity, not vanity. And it's truly about the mood boosting effects of exercise. It's so good for our mental health, to really reduce stress levels, anxiety. It's an antidepressant. So box away, march on the spot. Lovely. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Woo, I am out of breath. Now I can see some of my Zoom participants are using dumbbells. Taruna auntie, Jampu auntie, Vinu uncle, Andrew, I saw you using dumbbells for boxing and I found that quite hard. So I want to say well done because that's challenging. Really, really good work. We're going into our squats or our sit and stands or our leg extensions. If you're not able to stand, when you're ready, but this time I would love you to either put a rucksack on your back, that's a great weight, or you could use one big weight, whatever you fancy. I am going to use one of these laundry bottles just to show you. You can hold it here. If you're doing your leg extensions, you could hold your arms out straight and alternate the leg extensions, add some holds. Otherwise, we're going to use our weight potentially with the full stand, the squat position, and I want you to slowly come down. If anyone wants to add in that shoulder press, you can. It's more advanced, but a full body move. Inhale, exhale. Now check your squats, because some of you are doing a lot. I want you to do them perfectly. Are your knees going out in line with your toes? Have a little look at your feet. Can you see your toes? Your knees are staying back. Can you squeeze your glutes, your bottom top when you're standing? And are you breathing correctly? Breathe out and in. Shall we do 2 more? We've done probably about 10 to 12 squats. You can obviously do more if you want to. That's your decision, your progress. Listen to your body. Super work. How are we all feeling? I'm quite out of breath today, but we've got star jumps. So if you need a little rest, take it now. Otherwise, add in our star jumps when you're ready, seated or standing. I'll show you both. You are all stars. Now, I could make this really quite challenging by going faster. Again, it's already doing a bit of coordination, which is keeping my brain fit as well. But we're getting our heart pumping, our lungs, our respiratory system. So good for our cardiovascular health. And it's a bit of fun. Doesn't star jumps remind you of when you were younger, maybe in the playground? Have a little bit of fun with it. 5 more seconds. Count down. 4, 3, count with me. 2, and 1. Yay. Oh, it's so great seeing lots of you joining me live on YouTube and on Zoom. I miss my mother-in-law not being with me, so I'm just grateful that you have all joined, because we're all one big feel-good community, and I want to use these workouts whenever you can. There's so many hundreds saved on YouTube. So can anyone remember the next exercise in our ad break snack? I hope this encourages you, even if you pick one during the ad breaks when you're watching TV or sitting on the sofa, you could pick one of these exercises, but I hope it encourages you to try something. Anyone guess it's press-ups next? So let's aim for 10 to 12 or even 15. Maybe challenge yourself by going further away from the wall, going to a lower surface, maybe just going slower in your press-up. So when you're ready, please start. Even if you're seated, really pushing away, bending, straightening. But I would love you all on the wall. If you're able to stand, please do stand up, because press-ups are the queen of upper body moves. Squats are the king of lower body moves. But it's really going to be beneficial for your stomach, your core muscles, your back strength, and especially your upper body strength. So inhale, exhale. Let me watch a few of you on Zoom. You're all doing so, so well. Try to keep good form. Keep your head and neck neutral to your spine. So if you're looking up, maybe imagine an apple between your chin and your chest, so that you're holding that apple here. So even your neck is not up or down. It's like a lovely straight line all the way down. Yay, very good work. Give yourselves a little clap or roll out the wrists. How are we all feeling? Give me a little thumbs up if you're done with your press-ups. Well done, everyone. What's next? We've got the mountain climbers or high knees. We're doing a little change on the book because we're not doing any floor exercises, but that does show the plank on the floor. So if you like that progress, check out the video. Thank you. Was it Chansing or Sonal Shah giving us a nice thumbs up there on Zoom? So we've got a nice strong position here against the wall. Body is straight. Again, there's no bend in my hips. I'm keeping my core in and I want to lift one knee. This is really good actually against the wall because you can feel your stomach muscles really having to work. Again, you could do it seated, lifting the knee, maybe opposite arm or same arm, whatever feels good for you, or standing. You can go faster, but I want you to really feel it and pull your arms down like you're imagining pulling a rope if you're using your arms. If you're not using your arms, you could just give yourself a little high five. So lifting that knee up to about belly button or chest position. That's a nice one. Give yourselves a nice high five. Great work. Thank you, Vinu Uncle. Super work, Jumpo Auntie Vinu Uncle. Great work. You know, even if you could just join for a few minutes, that's an investment in your physical and mental health. So well done. It all counts. Super work. 3 and 2 and 1. Give yourselves a clap. We have got one last one, which is in the book, the dips off the sofa, but for this workout, it's our tricep extensions. So we're going to just pretend we're lifting. I want you to all try to keep your elbows in more and back, and then extend. So does that make sense? So we're, rather than here, we're keeping them back. I'm going to grab a weight. You could use any type of weight, even a water bottle. That would be quite handy to hold here, and focus on these muscles. So it's our under our arms, those bingo wings actually, as we sometimes call them. Breathe out, breathe in. This is a nice slow controlled one, but your heart rate might be high like mine. So just try and breathe. Inhale, exhale. Stop when you need to. I would rather you do less and really feel those last few repetitions working and do really good form than do more and then your form is, you're not doing good technique. So less is sometimes more in these sorts of exercises. Squeezing up and relax. Did you feel that one? I hope you felt that. That's a good little stretch. So we have got one last little challenge today. We're going to do the Superbrain Snack, which is on page 287 of my book. This is actually in the Feel Good Mentally section. So there's Feel Good Physically with all the exercise snacks, and then you've got Feel Good Mentally. And the reason we put this in here, this is page 287, is because this is a great one. It's an ancient technique of squats, and it's from the Superbrain Yoga, and it's really good for boosting your brain function, improving your mood, and promoting your health. So very good for performance if you're going to do something where you need to use your brain. They used to use this in, I think, schools in India. You'd see students doing this. So what we're going to do, it says, simply cross your arms and connect your tongue to the top of your root, the roof of your mouth. So sorry, you're connecting the tongue to the top of the mouth, like the roof part. And we're going to cross over, we're going to grab our earlobes, but we're going to try and keep your left arm closer to your body. So your right arm comes towards the top, your left arm's underneath. Now we're going to sit and stand if we can. This is the squat position. You're going to pinch your earlobes, and I'm going to tell you why at the end. It's like quite scientific. If you can't do that, you're going to just do your leg extensions, squeezing your earlobes, because can everyone see that I'm pinching my earlobes here? I'm in quite a position here. And if you can, you're going to do a few extra sit and stands. I know we've done quite a few squats. We're going to stand, breathe out, inhale as you go down. Really breathe out deeply and inhale. Really positive inhale, maybe a couple more. Make sure your form is good. If you can, maybe 2 more. So breathing out, breathing in. How does it feel? 1 more if we can. Lovely work. And relax it down. So that's quite an interesting one. You can just circle out your ankles here, seated or standing, while I tell you why. The acupressure points are stimulated in your earlobes, which sends electrical signals to the brain, thus stimulating it and boosting your cognitive clarity. Plus, you get all the benefits of the squat, the king of lower body exercises, it says. So it's a really good one to boost our brain. Let me know if you like that one. Thumbs up or drop it in the comments. We got lots of good thumbs up on Zoom. So that again is just a nice alternate one. We're going into our lovely stretch on page 192 today. It's our seated stretch. I want to spend a few extra minutes stretching because it's so important. Big component of my Feel Good Fitness prescription to reduce risks of injuries. So it's page 192 if you've got the book. We're going to do an upper body and hamstring stretch. So extend one leg out in front of us. Really flex the foot towards you. Leg is nice and straight. Your arms are going to reach up. You're going to breathe in, and then you're going to come forward, bringing your chest towards your thighs. You can either reach for your toes. Don't worry if you can't. You can place your hands on, even on your lap, and just bring that body forwards in that stretch. You should have a lovely stretch. Try and relax your head, your neck, your shoulders, and just give me 3 deep breaths. I want you to stretch really nice and deeply today. I know it can be hard, so use your breath if your muscles are feeling tight, if there's any tension, breathe into it. Inhale. Exhale. It's like the beginning. We're trying to calm the body, use the stretching to reduce risks of injuries, but also as a form of self-care. A bit of love, a bit of kindness to our body and our mind. Shall we change sides? So we're holding our stretches a bit longer today. I hope you are starting to enjoy stretching. I never used to like it at the beginning when I started my fitness journey and now I love a stretch. There's an end of day stretch snack in the book that I do religiously. And it's such a great way to unwind. So other side, breathing in. Maybe notice if one side feels a little bit easier than the other. Don't worry if you can't touch your toes. Just reach for wherever. Keep that leg straight as possible. Holding, breathing. 1 more deep breath in. And then exhale, roll up the spine. How are we all feeling? This should bring your heart rate down as well. We're going to do a nice side stretch. So what we can do here, it says, is simply raise one arm up and over your head and reach towards the opposite direction. And you can loop the hand of the arm behind your back for a deeper release. You could do this standing. I can see some of you have stood up if you want. And then just by bringing that other arm behind your back, you're keeping that chest nice and open. You can give me a little wave. Anytime you do this, a little wave would be wonderful. Super work and release. Let's try the other side. I've got some lovely new faces on Zoom today. So great to see Sonal Shah, Purnima Auntie, lovely to see you. Great work. Give me a little wave, even on YouTube, a little virtual wave. I can feel that energy. and release. Doesn't that feel good? Just circle out the arms for a second, and then we'll take another seat. We'll focus on our glutes. So this is where we're going to try and place one foot on the opposite knee, but this can be quite difficult. So another option is to just bring the knee to the chest and maybe circle out the ankles and just hug that knee in. But if you can put your foot on the opposite knee, then you could try and push that knee just slightly out as much as feels good for you. You should feel a stretch in your hips, in your glutes, even your inner thigh. And if you want to deepen it, you can bring your chest towards your shin here, back straight. Let's breathe in, just hold for a couple of deep breaths. Inhale, exhale. A little bit of self-care, extra self-care today. It's the start of my youngest son's sixth form today, and I think I was so excited and worried about waking up early that I've been awake since 4:30, and then I was trying to doze back to sleep. So I'm giving myself a little bit of extra self-care today, and this is just a nice little treat for the body and mind. I've changed sides. So again, the other option is hugging the knee in, maybe circle out the ankle, or hold this deep glute stretch. Breathe in. And then our final stretch, this is all in my book here. It even gives you ideas of what other things you can add on. You can take the camera out and take a little photo of the QR code, and it will take you straight to the video. So the last one is your tricep stretch. I can see lots of you holding my book on Zoom, which makes my day. It's so lovely to see. Thank you. So we're going to bring the elbow up and over as far back as you can. Don't worry about pushing it too far back. I'm doing it standing if you want, or seated. You could even try and lean over one side. If you're standing, cross over your leg will make it a little bit easier to then bend over. Your nice side stretch, but you should also feel this one really all the way back. And this is a great one to do during the day, anytime you have a moment, because as I said, everyone finds it hard to get into that position. Let's change sides, seated or standing. If you're standing, maybe cross over the other leg. You can deepen it going into a side bend. But even if you're just standing here, you can encourage that elbow back a little bit further. Use your breath. So take a breath in and then exhale meters even further. Progress as you want. How are we all doing? I feel like I saw my mum doing a little bit of neck circle, so we're going to just add in a neck stretch as an extra one. We're going to place one hand onto opposite ear, maybe bring the other arm behind your body, and then you can just bring that ear towards that shoulder. So you're stretching out that neck. You can maybe turn and look down to the side or the floor. Where do you feel that stretch needed the most on your neck? Oh, that feels so good. And release. And the other side. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful work. Stretching it out. And release. We're going to give ourselves a positive nod. We do those neck nods sometimes at the beginning, but let's give ourselves a yes. So lifting the neck, then chin to chest. Yes to being so proud of yourselves, whatever you managed to do today. You're all amazing. And let's say no to any negativity. Really say goodbye to your worries, and just a nice positive way. Hopefully you're feeling good. You've done really well. We're going to take my Feel Good Finish, which is also its own snack in the book. You can do this any time of the day. Nice big positive inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhale, bringing the arms down, releasing any tension, negativity, any of your worries. Mummy does them in Gujarati usually. We'll just do another one. positive inhale. We have workouts translated in Gujarati on my YouTube channel. If you know anyone that this could benefit, please share with them. One more big positive inhale. This time, capture that positivity, hands meet at the top. Bring it down to your heart center before you run away to whatever you need to do. Close your eyes. Take a moment of gratitude. I've written all about the vitamin G, as I call it, gratitude in my book. There's lots of different tools and journaling techniques. But take a moment now. Say something positive to yourself, like say your name, Lavina, I'm proud of you, or Lavina, I'm feeling really strong and happy right now. Say something positive, give yourself a clap, open your eyes when you're ready. I'm so proud of you. I'm thrilled that you joined me. I would love you to share these workouts. There's hundreds of them on my YouTube channel with just a friend, a loved one today. That would be my biggest ask of you. And I hope you enjoy it. Drop a comment. There may be a chance I won't be able to do the workouts the next 2 Fridays at 10 o'clock because I have open days for my son. But I am going to see if I can slot it in another time of the week. So make sure you're on my WhatsApp group. If you're not, Zoom, I will come and talk to you and take any numbers down. If you're on YouTube, you have loads to catch up on. So you could just pick any workout and write a comment, let me know. Even if it's Friday, 10 o'clock, assume that I am live with you. And otherwise, I will see you very soon live. Sending you lots of love. Well done, everyone. I'm going to say goodbye to YouTube and save this off. And then I'm going to say a nice hello